Beautiful. Oh, and there we are all together. Jars! Yeah, that's right, everybody. It's Uncle Dave. Today we're talking about jars. Now you can see me. I am taking some lids to some jars and I'm just hitting them with a little bit of sandpaper. I have a sanding disc here. I don't want to sand them so hard that I need the sander, but I'm just using the disc as a piece of sandpaper. I'm using several different techniques here. And I have 3 different types of jars, 3 different types of lids. And I thought that was interesting to have 3 different heights. I think that will translate pretty well on camera. And so now you see me wiping these down with a lint-free rag, which is AKA an old t-shirt that I just used for this. And that'll get all the little goops, the little goopa-doops off. All right. And so now you see me showing off these diamels, just like little gemstones that I'm gonna put on the top here. So we are doing a voiceover today because Uncle Dave's audio was trash. And by trash, I mean non-existent. I think that my lav mic failed and I just never figured it out, and that was a problem. And so here you see me, I have put a already taped off little drawer pull on top, and that will serve as a handle for our little canisters that we're making here. And we do this with all 3. So I did like the idea of making 3 different types of canisters because I thought it would look good on camera, but I also think that it's more useful that way. These could definitely be used in like a bathroom or something like, oh, there are the jars. Okay, so the tallest one here, this is a jalapeno jar. And I'm just showing you here that it is a good idea to go ahead and tape that off. I'm taping off the edges. Now, I didn't tape the top of it off, but if that's something that you're worried about getting spray paint in there, you can definitely ball up a piece of newspaper or something like that and put it in there. So I'm just wanting to protect the rim here. Now, all I've done is taped off just a little piece here that is gonna serve as like a pinstripe. It's not really a pinstripe because I couldn't get it that accurate, but it's a stripe. And that's the way I've decided to do it, because I don't want it to just look like a jar with a fancy lid. I want it to look like a fancy jar with a fancy lid. So this is my favorite spray paint. It definitely antiques well with wax, and it has a little bit of a shine. As you can see, I've turned it upside down, and I'm telling you, I don't know, because there's no audio, but I think I'm telling you that you have to shake your spray paint really hard and do it for a long time. I would recommend 1 minute, especially if it's a full can of spray paint. Now, as you can see, I am about 12 inches away from the projects, and I'm kind of starting to spray off of the project and then pulling the stream onto the project. And then I am rotating 90 degrees to get the areas that I have not gotten. And a lot of times, this is what I like to do, use a box, and it has 4 sides, so you'll know all of the places that you've sprayed. And that's not something that's super important for like a first coat, but like a second or third coat, it's nice to know that you've actually hit it all, because you may not see certain imperfections until you take the tape off. So, oh, and here I am with my hand all up in the camera. I know that's very compelling, YouTube. Yes, it is. But I'm just making sure that I get all of those areas. And now I've brought back these lids. The E6000 dries really quickly. And on the lids, I am hitting them just a little bit harder with the spray paint. And the reason for that is I want to cover up that post that is black. It is not gold. I want to cover up the tops of the lids and also the sides. So you're really trying to get something on 3 different surfaces. And we're rotating 90 degrees, and we're gonna hit all 4 sides and call that 1 coat. And here I am again. Okay, cool. It's nice that I put those canisters right in my way and won't be able to reach. So I'm doing my best here, but to be honest with you, they all kind of look gold already, so I think it was fine. So I did all of that, and I thought, well, this would be a good idea to give it a second coat. So basically, this is just sort of a repeat of what you've already seen. Now, the top one here, I told you that was a jalapeno jar. This middle one is better than bouillon. And then the smallest one I think was pimentos, which is an old people food, so you might not be able to get that. But I do like it. That little small size might be good for the nieces. You can put your hair ties in there. You can put cotton balls in the big one, and it'd be nice for the bathroom. I'm gonna use them in my little sunroom, and they're mostly gonna be a decorative piece. And so that's why I thought painting the glass might be a good idea. If it's something that you use every day, maybe, oh, look at her. Ooh, okay. Oh, that was abrupt. That was jarring. Get it? Jarring. Oh, look at me. Uncle Dave, my foot. I am Uncle Genius. All right. So here we are. I am going to make this this half-gallon pickle jar into a terrarium. And so the thing that you see me pouring in here, and I'm just talking at this camera like you can really hear me. Whatever I'm saying, I'm just tickled by it because I got a big old smile on my face. But here we're putting some river stone in the bottom of our jar here. And this is a drainage layer just in case your terrarium gets a little extra, moisture in it or something. And I pre-cut the screen to fit about inside the terrarium, and I'm just kind of stuffing that down there. Now, if you've never made a terrarium before, I think it is a really good idea for you to make sure that there is something that you can reach your hand all the way down into. Now, you saw me tapping on the glass right then, and what I was trying to tell you is that glass has seams, and so you're going to see seams on the side. Now, this may be something that you never noticed, and frankly, before I started watching this terrarium guy on YouTube, I had never noticed it, but they do. They have seams, and you want to make sure that the thing that you're wanting to most look at is not right in the middle of the seam, because you're not usually going to notice it, but if the seam is right there, you will see it, especially if you're looking for little springtails or whatever that are in there. So you saw me pour that gray stuff in there. That is a thin layer of biochar. Now, I didn't know how thin the thin was, so I put the whole thing in there, and I think it's gonna be fine. But that just helps keep the terrarium fresh. And then there's a loose layer of sphagnum moss, and that helps regulate the moisture levels inside the terrarium. So I think that's pretty important. And boy, I am struggling with the sphagnum moss. But like I was saying, make sure that you have a vessel that you can reach down into. Now, you can do these things with like tweezers, but that sounds kind of like a nightmare. So I would avoid that. And definitely, like, if your jar is so small that you need tweezers to get in there, I think that's a kind of jar that I'd probably use for something else. And you can use jars for anything. Things that had a use, the uses evolve, but something that's useful never stops being useful. So I wouldn't worry about that. Now, I did that little pat, pat, pat to show you that there's a pillow. So I don't have some crazy tumor that I'm trying to hide. There's a pillow underneath this trash bag that I've protected the table with. And okay, and that's very slick, so it won't sit up. I remember that. That was weird. But anyway, the reason why I'm using this pillow is because I want to kind of mound stuff in the back a little bit. And the reason for that is I want the terrarium to have a little bit of dimension. And it can kind of make it look larger than it is. And so since this is a small terrarium, I think that's pretty neat. So yeah, I am almost done with the sphagnum moss here. And the next thing I'm pouring in right here is the terrarium soil. Now, this is just a nutrient layer, and you don't want to pack this down. You just want to kind of mush it out with your hand is kind of what I was doing. Oh, and I'm making a mess, and I am struggling. All right. Maybe it should be Uncle Dave Struggles, not Uncle Dave Makes. So once I've done that layer, what I will be doing is arranging the stones and moss and leaves and all this other stuff. Now, I got this as a kit, and I was super happy that they sent me these tiny pine cones. And so I was just looking at all the little baby pine cones, and I was real distracted. And they also sent me a lot of leaves, which I think were from their yard. And like, that's what goes in the terrarium, but I have my own leaves. So I don't know that I really needed that part, but I did look through the leaves and find my favorite leaves, which is a weird sentence. Like, I don't know. That's probably some form of neurodivergence. And now here I have is a big old bag of moss. Yes, big old bag of moss. There's different types of mosses in here. And I started putting the moss in my terrarium. I was kind of super excited about this part, if I'm being honest, because green is my favorite color and it kind of looks like, you know, grass in the woods, and it's beautiful. It's like little mini nature. It's little mini nature in your house. So that's really cool. And so I'm kind of picky about the decorative elements, because that's what this is all about for me, is kind of the beauty of it. And of course I like to take care of living things. So that part is neat too, but in general, I spend a little bit longer on this than I need to, so maybe we can speed this up like a little. Now this is a stick that I bought at the thrift store for $4. It's a piece of driftwood, and I'm not smart. I do not have spatial awareness. Here we go. There you go. There you go, Uncle Dave. You got it. All right, so I have pushed this into the terrarium, and I had to cut it a little bit, and there was just a few pieces of little light wood, so I just threw that in there. So why you would buy a piece of driftwood at the thrift store for $4, I don't really know, but I did, and I'm happy I did, because now look at that, look at her. She's so cute. It looks like a little tree. Oh, and now I am doing one of the final steps, which is misting it. Call me Misty girl. I am just misty. And now I'm talking about putting the lid on, which I'm looking around, obviously, because I can't find the lid. So, don't know what I'm saying here, but it looks really important. And so what I have in this little container here is live springtails. Now, did I need to buy $13 worth of live springtails online to put in this free jar? The answer is no. Did it bring me joy? Kinda. And so I had some springtails, and I just dumped a couple, 2-3 tablespoons in there, and that'll be the end of our jar here. And as you can see, it kind of starts to look like there is a nutrient layer again. And I don't really love that, but I still have a smile on my face because it brought me a lot of joy. And I'm super happy that I have this terrarium now. And now I'm taking a piece of this moss and putting it in there with the springtails. I don't know if this is the right thing to do, but I think that's what they eat. So I wanted to make sure I didn't starve them or whatever. And here she is. She's really beautiful up close. And that's how she kind of looks on the regular. And, jarring transition. I am pointing at a hook. And the reason I'm doing that is because we're about to make a macrame plant hanger. And what we're gonna use as the planter is this old pickle jar that I have spray painted orange. And as you can see, I am doing this balancing act and holding it upside down and patting it for some reason. I think I'm talking with my hands. I'm trying to let you know that you need to spray paint this upside down so that you get the bottom covered, because it's going to be a hanging planter and you're going to see the bottom of it. Also, the inside is going to be for plants, and if you've spray painted it with the inside facing down, you can't get any spray paint in there, and you don't want to make any of the plants sick. So what I've done here is I've shown you that I have this macrame cord, and that there was 2 fathoms, which is, you pulling your arms and the cord 2 times, and now we have folded those in half and tied them in a knot. All right. Oh, my loop is drooping. Droopy loopy. Oh, and there is my neighbor's dog, I think. I think he's run away to join the circus. I'm not sure. And of course, I'm trying to show you a close-up of these strings, but the camera doesn't really want to focus on that. So here I am, and I'm just tying a knot. This isn't a macrame knot. It isn't a fancy knot. You want to tie it about 18 to 24 inches down from the top knot. Now and there's a bee. What in the Dr. Dolittle is going on? We got runaway dogs. We got bees. Okay. Oh, and we have wind. All right, so here I am tying the second knot. And the thing that's important to let you know about this situation is that those 2 knots, you kind of want them on the same plane. Oh, and now the dog's running back home. Cool. So here they are. And now they're focused. That's neat. That's a cool feature of an instructional video. And here I have moved on to the third one very abruptly, and I'm just trying to let you know that that also needs to be on the same plane. So basically you're gonna take 2 of each strand. There's a total of 8 of them because you have those 4 strands of 2 fathoms each that you have folded in half, tied that mega knot in the top, and now that leaves you with 8 strands hanging from your hook. And you're gonna take 2 strands each and tie them with a knot of your choosing, and you kind of want them to be about in the same spot. And mine have worked out in that way. So that is very convenient. So I don't know what I'm saying here, but what I do want you to know is about camera change. Oh, and here I am. The knots are trying to kill me. The macrame is trying to kill me. And I seem really cool with that for some reason. So here I am showing you that you need to take 2 of the tied together pieces, and about 3 inches down, what we're gonna do is tie a second knot. So basically you're gonna take 1 leg of a tied together piece and another leg of a separate tied together piece, and you're gonna tie those 2 legs together. And I kind of, hopefully, no, I do not show you that. So, oh, here it is. Okay. All right, I'm not as bad at this as I thought. So look at her. She's kind of like tied together. We have like a wishbone situation happening here. And so of those that have been tied together, you're going to then take another of those strands that I was throwing behind my back earlier. I pulled it up to the front, and I am tying 1 leg of that strand to the ones that have already been tied together. And so let's look at her. What's she look like? Show us Uncle Dave. Okay, all right, that's not bad. And then the 4th one, we're gonna do that in a likewise fashion. And as you notice, all of these knots are also about on the same plane, and that's what you're looking for. I would try to make the knots not something special, not something macrame, but uniform and at the same level. And that is going to make your piece look as attractive as it can for a beginner macrame thing. And also, okay, so we have all of them tied together, and all we have is 2 legs that are not tied. And we're gonna take those 2 legs, the remaining 2 legs, and tie those together. Super duper easy. Now about 2 to 3 inches down, you're going to take all of the strands, all 8 of them, all of them that have been tied in different ways, and you're going to put them all together for one super knot. Da-da-da-dun-da-dun, super knot! All right, and now it's finished, which is ridiculous because it looks like nothing, but watch what happens. First I struggle, and I don't know where it goes in. Oh, there it goes, story of my life. All right, and look at her. And as you can see on the bottom here, we have like an Ariana Grande situation going on. We're just gonna lop that off here in a minute, and but oh yeah, oh, I just went for it. Oh, that's cool. But I just want to let you know you can have like different lengths. You can take the scissors and kind of distress them, and yeah, she's beautiful. So that is the video, you guys. I just want to show you a little B-roll of all of the beautiful things that we made. So here are our canisters with our detailing on the jars. Oh, she is pretty. And they're not perfect, but definitely beautiful. Definitely don't look like a jalapeno jar. And here's our terrarium. And look at that. It's just like a little piece of life, just like a little world in its own. I love that. And oh, look at her. She's hanging on the curtain rod for some reason, but it does look beautiful. Oh, and there we are all together. We are family.